Gamakatsu S10, number 6. And it's something an idea that I tried 3 or 4 years ago on strawberry. I don't know how many of you are serious strawberry junkies, but particularly later in the fall, the cutthroats out there will get to where they strike so softly. I mean, I describe it as somebody pulling on your shirt gently like that. You can tell there's something there, but if you set the hook, you haven't got a prayer of catching the fish. So, I mean, I just keep tightening up line. But when I switched from some of the other hooks that I was using to those thin wire Gamakatsu hooks, my numbers of hookups about doubled. It was amazing how many more of those fish I was able to stick. It's got a real small barb on it, so I don't even pinch the barb because there's hardly any there. And it helps keep them on a little bit without damaging the fish. They pop right out, but boy, it was a big improvement for me for getting hookups on bigger flies on strawberry. Again, I'm back to the number 70 black thread on this fly.
Is that a stinger hook?
No, it's not.
Just a big white gap.
It's actually a steelhead dry fly hook. It's a light wire, and that is a downside to them. They're real brittle. I have broken a few of them. Generally, when you had a really rough fight with a fish and then go use it again, I have broken off a few, but it's been worth it for the additional number of sticks. I mean, they are just sharper than blazes when you're working on them. So I'm going to tie in a rusty brown marabou tail. And I kind of vary this pattern from more subtle colors of brown orange to brighter colors of brown orange. I brought a couple of the different hackle feathers, and I tie them both ways. And there again, some days bright works better than the darker. And sometimes I'm going to tie it today with the California leech dubbing. You recognize that a bit. But it's sometimes I use the Arizona semi-seals. He's got a brown that's a little brighter, and I vary him up, and both of them work, and they definitely work differently on different days. That's another trick that I don't know if everybody does, but my flies stay together a whole lot better if I put a little glue over the body before you start wrapping them. I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, this for about 3 years was my go-to strawberry fly, but it also was a great Henry's Lake pattern and Hebgen, and I mean lots of places, and it still is. It's not as deadly as it was, and why these flies change in and out is beyond me. But I gave one to a friend of mine, a Renegade, a few years ago when it was just coming on, and I think he caught 37 fish on the one fly. This is 3 strands of copper crystal flash. Do a dubbing loop from there. Just put a little bit of cement on one side of my dubbing loop.
You still using mouse glue?
I love it. I dub it fairly sparsely. I don't want real bulky. I have tied them heavier and bulkier, but they seem to work better a little bit more lightly dubbed, a little more delicate. then after I've got the dubbing wrapped, I try and get my feather started in my dubbing spinner too, and dub them both together at the same time. And that combination just makes an absolute bulletproof hackle fin. I mean, you never have a hackle come apart and unwind when you do it that technique. I tie this same pattern with the orange with different colors of olive a lot, and with olive tails. I tie one olive with a kind of a golden brown tail. We call it the Panguitch special. I just work great at Panguitch with an olive semi-sealed dubbing and the orange hackle and the golden brown tail. That shows up in here. I mean, same idea completely, but really effective fly. Lots of places, not just Panguitch.